Hey, what's good? This is gonna be for cancer. This is the Why They Do You Dirty spread, right? That's in honor of a new video I just released. This is for a song I had released back in like 2023, but thanks to technology, now I'm able to make these music videos. And yeah, I'll put a link to it below. If you want to hype it up, like it, comment, help the algorithm. I know it's an intense song. Whoa, I feel like messages already want to come in because my nose is itching. I already did 3 readings. I hadn't gotten itchy nose, but all of a sudden with you, here it is. So, um, yeah. So, anyways, I'll put a link below, right? The Why They Do You Dirty song, right? It was on an EP called Me and My Shadow. So it was me going through all this shadow work, right? At the time that I wrote that song, it was like processing things I had experienced, right? And obviously, yeah, there's just all these different kind of things, right? So, anyways, why they do you dirty, right? So cancer, why they do you dirty? Why they do you dirty? All right. I don't know if that's maybe like some other. Wow, my whole crown's lighting up. I think you didn't listen. I think that they showed you maybe it did feel adventurous at the moment, right? Don't confuse chaos with adventure, right? It felt exciting. Maybe you like someone explained that and it makes sense. But I don't completely agree with the statement, right? Because they said about, when you feel butterflies, you're not supposed to feel butter. Why not, right? Like it doesn't, there's nothing wrong with that feeling of butterflies, right? Butterflies isn't an indicator that something's bad. So I didn't completely agree with that statement, but maybe there was an excitement, right? Maybe there was that, right? It's like the difference between love and lust, right? If you meet someone and it's just boom, instant, like lust, wow, then obviously you have to take the time to see if there's more to that or if it just really is just lust, right? So I feel like there was an adventure to it, right? It'd be like meeting someone and it's like, hey, you're in a liquor store together and then they steal something and you're like, wait, what are you doing? Let's just a little excitement and then you run out and you're like, whoa, that gave me an adrenaline rush. How scary. And hello, like someone just stole, like, come on. Like if someone had to steal something from a liquor store, like that's a lot of red flags, right? But something, right? And it said, yes, you're psychic. No, not that psychic. Maybe you thought, like, nah, well, there would be, maybe, there would be more messages or something, but you were getting them, right? I don't know what you wanted, right? A whole parade of something to let you know that this was a red flag. And look at it. I felt like they were communicating. Not this one, sweetie. Nope. Spirit said, not this one, sweetie. I don't know what you were looking to get. Like, no, they would stop me, something. I don't know. But they were giving you the red flags. Maybe they were just chilling and watching you. Like, you don't get it. Like, that's why, maybe it wasn't even a thing about your psychic gifts or something. It was like, you don't even need to be psychic to see this. And I feel like you just kept going with it, right? So, damn, this is going to be one of those reads. Like, maybe you did yourself dirty in a way. Don't shoot the messenger. Don't get mad at me, Pisces. This one just feel, wow, the sun. Let's find out about that. Maybe you did feel like at first it was like, whoa, this is everything I ever wanted. Let's find out. Okay, why the sun? And let me pull still one more. Let me see why the sun came out because that's interesting that the sun would come out. Maybe that was just it. They were a Leo because it's just... Whoa. What? This is interesting. Maybe you saw marriage with this person. So why they were there red flags? If you look at the sun, Ten of Pentacles, Hierophant, right? The Hierophant is something like the marriage. There it is, marriage teacher advice. You saw them like as a wise person. Oh, this person's gonna, right? Like I could learn from them something. You saw them as almost like like they're gonna be the head of household or something. I mean, however, right? If it was a maybe, if you're a man, then this was a wise woman. If you're a woman, this was a wise man that or you thought or something. So what went wrong here? What were the red flags? This is weird. It took like a whole turn, so I'm tripping right here. Because if you saw marriage and all this stuff with this person, and then the Ace of Cups came out, I think I told you, right, that my crown was lighting up, and that's the crown. And I asked, like, is there like a chance for a new beginning with this person? And optimistic, yes, right. But one of you, I don't know who it was probably not letting the other person in. You overly guarded. Who was the overly guarded one? Right? And I asked, I think if it was you, and it was sideways the judgment. Oh shoot. Maybe I don't know. Let me see. Was Cancer being too judgy or something? Is that what you're trying to say? Maybe you were being too judgy, Cancer. I got yes. If you were being too, maybe you were trying to be. Maybe at first, right here, you were thinking, "Oh, this is my right. Like this person's wise. They have something to right." And then after, at some point, you wanted to kind of step to the lead. So you have that right, and it's funny that's Aries, right? The Ram. So maybe you started bumping heads because that's so weird though that the not this one, sweetie, came out. Okay, I'm gonna have to ask it this way because now I'm a little confused by this. Was Cancer the red flag for the other person? I was gonna ask. No, okay, good. Okay, 10 of Wands. Look at all those burdens. Wow, maybe it wasn't necessarily like a red flag, but maybe there was just yeah, the guardedness then. So I think maybe you were guarded from past things. It wasn't necessarily that. Maybe that's why sometime in the future, like if they accepted, there would be like a an opportunity to now this is looking like a different right because see the same with the 10 of Wands carrying all that stuff. Maybe you were still carrying stuff from all the other stuff, right? It's like still owning a cat. Wow, my ear started hurting even. What's up with that? And there's that thing of crash. Maybe you still had a cat that belonged to an ex or something that you two shared or different things, right? I don't know. Was that the thing that there was too much baggage from the past that brought into this relationship? It says no, but it's a ten of swords, so clearly it's like there's something there about being having been ten of sworded. Eight of cups and ten of swords. Okay, eight of cups and ten of swords. So someone had to walk away. Okay, who walked away here? Cancer, you walked away. Why did you walk away? Maybe you kind of, maybe you did feel like, oh no, see, they're giving me red flags. That's a red flag. Wow. Nope, it's a red flag. It's a red flag. You walked away. Who walked away? Bam, there was Cancer. That's so weird. Cancer walked away. So at one point you felt like this person was marriage material, your son, a leader for you, and then at some point it got confrontational. Like, damn, it went from everything you ever wanted emotionally, but then it said there's a chance, there will be a chance for a new beginning, but maybe it will be like you having to go make amends or something. Okay, then let me just ask blunt, did this person do Cancer dirty in any way? I mean, shoot, there's a double yes. That's weird. There might be different energies I'm picking up on because the world came out, yes, right? The cycle closed. So this, maybe there was a cycle that had to close. And the star, why the star? Maybe they prioritized something over you. Maybe they were an influencer. Maybe they are someone that's in the limelight or something, or making videos online. And you feel like they did you dirty in a way. They did you dirty in a way. But you're the one that walked away. So I don't understand that. And the Wheel of Fortune came out. So is that, did they choose to follow that rather than, man, this is a confusing read, Cancer. Nobody else has done this like this. This is a confusing read. Okay, okay, what's the end result of all of this, right? Why is this so confusing? The Fool. Wow. So I don't know. Maybe all that, you can't make that up, right? The World and then the Fool. I think you're meant to just take a leap of faith and start a new adventure, right? That's funny because look at literally the last card I asked for, and the first card was don't confuse chaos with adventure. And now all of a sudden, here's a new adventure. I think you have an opportunity, right? To at some point, I feel like maybe you did each other kind of, and not necessarily in a kind of cheating type way physically, right? Maybe for some of you cancers, there was some sort of that. Maybe you were never really in a solid relationship. There was just the potential. Ah, that would make sense with this. maybe it wasn't solidified. So it was like that's why there's a I get it. Maybe that's why there's a lot of this confusion because maybe you weren't technically with each other, but you saw all this stuff with that person. And maybe that was even the thing, like, right? If you don't clarify, like, hey, are we together or what, or this and that, and there's all these things, and maybe you at the moment you were just looking at it like, oh, this is an adventure, I guess. So maybe that's why there's a chance that if you two came together again and you actually stated it like, okay, we're together now, kind of thing, right? If you were willing to be like, wow, yeah, you were with other person, I was with other people, but we weren't technically together, kind of situation. This is a weird situation, but yeah, I guess yeah, that makes sense. I mean, I hadn't even dug into that with because none of the other readings I've done had that dynamic, right? That's kind of what it feels like. You saw these things with someone, but you guys never necessarily got anything off the ground in the form of, oh, we're together kind of thing. So this is what makes sense. So either you can, right? If you want, you can start something with this person or choose a new adventure, right? Someone else. That's kind of what I'm getting. I'm gonna put the link to my video below. And yeah, so I get it, right? It's a little yeah, but if you didn't clarify something, then you can't blame someone. You can't say, oh, someone was cheating on me when you were never together, right? Maybe it hurt. Maybe you felt kind of sorted, right? Like, damn, what the hell, right? Or it felt like burdens, right? Right? 10 of wands. Like, man, this is too much. I can't deal with this no more because, but imagine you waiting for someone. Maybe that's why, right? Because, like, what is that saying? If you're getting the cheese or milk for free, like, why? It's something like, so maybe someone was like, okay, cool. I'm getting all this. Like, we don't need to be in a relationship. So technically, I could still do all this other stuff or something, right? I feel like that's a weird dynamic here. It's weird. It's weird energy. That's why, yeah, it's a weird energy. But some people like these complicated relationships, right? Some people feel like maybe that's modern thinking, right? Like, wow, we don't have to be in a relationship. We could be friends with benefits or this or that or oh, what? There was something really dumb that I didn't agree with at all. Like, I think someone made a video, right? It's this popular channel on YouTube, and they made a video about someone talking about like, hey, if we're not married, even if someone's in a relationship, saying that if you're not married, they're still gonna be hooking up with other people because you're not married, and it's like what? So even that blew my mind, right? The way people think nowadays is, or maybe people always have, but they weren't vocal about it. Now imagine seeing that on online and being able to see like, whoa, there's really people that'll think like this. Like, wow, we weren't together, so I mean, they were together, but they weren't married, so that still gave them carte blanche. Is it the word to kind of sleep with whoever, whatever? So that's pretty crazy. But anyways, all right, this was interesting. Thank you, Cancer. I'm gonna leave a link to my video, hype it up, something. All right, peace.